พูดภาษาอังกฤษได้เหรอ โอเคไม่เป็นไร We're talking English. Who's that? Amao. So we came here to practice, yeah? Practicing the Fourth Noble Truth, Sila, yeah? The precepts, the 8 precepts when we are here in the monasteries. You can read them down there. I think in the kitchen there are, all the 8 precepts are. There should be, yeah. So we keep them, yeah? And then we practice samadhi, the ability to get into calm. So we can use either the Buddha or we can use the breath. Anapanasati, observing the breath going in, observing the breath going out, knowing the breath is short or long or detailed or rough, whatever. We just want to know how the breath is. At the beginning around the tip of the nose until the breath, drops into the heart, and then we know. We can't feel the breath anymore, we just know it. Do you understand clearly all? Yeah. So, with the Buddha the same thing. Yeah? The mental repetition of the word Buddha, it's too loud. The mental repetition of the word Buddha, yeah? be it fast or be it slow, be it deep or be it shallow, the same thing. Yeah? And whenever thought or memory comes in, we replace it with the Buddha, or we replace it with the attention on the breath. We can use both in the beginning if it is too difficult, Put with breathing in and Do with breathing out, yeah? Until the mind becomes really calm. It is for us, it is important, to be able to calm the mind down. When the mind is calm, you can see. Yeah? If the mind is cluttered, like for most of the people, we are not able to see in line with the truth. This knowingness or awareness, is what is called sati. Yeah? And sati and panya are the only weapons how to defeat the kilesas. Yeah? Sati is observing, knowing what is going on, while panya asking the questions. Yeah? For instance, if it is the body, what is the body? Yeah? If it is pain, what is pain? Where is the pain? Yeah? Is it anicca, anatta, dukkha? Yeah? Is it impermanent? Yeah? Is it self? Yeah? Who observes the pain? Cannot be the pain. Yeah? These 3 universal characteristics of the universe are very important for us. Yeah? And it is, for when we look at the path of deliverance, and then we see every arahant, has to go through one of the doors. Yeah? I mean, it can be the door of dukkha, it can be the door of anicca, it can be the door of anatta. Yeah? Anatta means no self. Yeah? That's not me, that's not mine, doesn't belong to me, this is not myself. Yeah? I mean, whatever I can perceive, I cannot be myself. Yeah? I can perceive this body, I can perceive feelings, I can perceive, thoughts, I can perceive, when my sati is very good, consciousness, yeah? I can perceive all these 5 khandhas, yeah? So who, yeah? I mean, the one who perceives things, cannot be the one, cannot be the perceived things, yeah? Subject and object, yeah? And samadhi, the same thing. I mean, we know about the breath, yeah? Or we know about the Buddha. So the knowingness, cannot be the same thing as the breath or the Buddha. The pain cannot be us. The moment we say, I'm in pain, it's over. Forget it. Oh, this is me, this is mine, this is my feeling, this is my thought, this is my idea. It's over. We cannot investigate it. That's why we have to separate it out. The Lord Buddha gave us all the tools. He told us, what we have to look out for, how we have to practice, how we have to practice samadhi, with anapanasati, knowing the breath going in, knowing the breath goes out. And Lumpu Man, extended it to the mental repetition of the word Buddha. Or Buddha with breathing in, breathing out. And once we get into samadhi, the thoughts and memories stop. And how do we feel? We feel very comfortable. We feel, contented. It's the first time in our life that we feel contented. We don't want anything. It is very important for us to realize the moment we enter samadhi, we don't want anything. The things are just like they are. And that's why it is so important to go into upachara samadhi, to see the things as they are, because only then can we do some investigation that is really helpful, that cuts through the fetters of the kilesas, that cuts through the thickness of the kilesas, who tell us, this is nice, this is not so nice, this I want, this I don't want, I don't like pain, as long as we don't like pain, we cannot investigate pain. The same is, I like this feeling, we cannot investigate this feeling. We cannot see it for what it is. And that is the whole idea of our practice, to see the things for what they are. No matter if it is the body, or if it is feeling, or if it is thought, or if it is memory. Memory comes and goes. We didn't invite it, In most of the cases, it just pops up. Oh, I haven't thought about it for a long time. And then we are drawn out of our samadhi practice. Oh, this is a nice thought, or this is a bad thought. Where does this bad thought come from? These are all the wrong questions. We see a thought and we instantly return back to the Buddha or back to the breath. We don't want to know where they are coming from. Because it's useless, because they come. It's just like, you ask where are the clouds are coming from. Oh, this is a dark cloud, this is a white cloud, this is a gray cloud. Why is the cloud gray? Why is it white? Why is it dark? We see it, it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. Feelings comes and goes, It's not me, not mine, So we have to investigate this. The first thing is we have to investigate the body. But before we can investigate the body, we have to make the mind calm, completely calm. That's why I say normally, we have to rest in upachara samadhi where there are no thoughts and no memory for at least 10 or 15 minutes. And then, when we come out of samadhi, when we go into samadhi, we know we are locked into a room, where we are completely contented, where we don't want to think, where we don't want to memorize, where we don't need anything. When we come out, when we come out of samadhi, we realize, and that shows us that we have been into samadhi. We realize, we are energized. If we are tired, when we think we are in samadhi and we are tired when we come out, we haven't been in samadhi. We might have sniffed into samadhi. Oh, it's so nice, But most of the time, it's just thinking. We open the door of the room of samadhi, it's cool and it's nice, and then close the door in front of us. And then this opening and closing, it's a nice meditation, but we are not energized. We feel tired afterwards. And that is an indication that we have not been into samadhi. If we are in samadhi and come out, we feel energized and concentrated. And this concentration helps us, to concentrate on the object that we want to investigate, and asking the right questions. What is the body? Did the body change? When I was born, do I have the same body as when I was born? A doctor can tell us, no, it's not. I mean, everything changes within 7 years. All the organs are how do you call it? Redone, you know, most of the time within 7 years. Yeah, not all of them, but most of them. Yeah? So changes. Our memory changes. Yeah? I mean, what we thought 5 years ago, our thoughts changes. What our memories changes. What we memorized 5 years ago is not the same as today. Now when we think about it, in a way, is this what we call I, mine, myself? When you're 3 years old, you know, you think completely differently. You want things that are completely different from the things that you want now. So who is that? Who is this fixed personality that you think of? That's me, that's mine, because it changes constantly. It's anicca, yeah? It's impermanent. Just like everything in this world is impermanent. Yeah? Everything in this universe is impermanent. Yeah? Stars are born and stars die. Yeah? Planets are born and planets die. Yeah? Just like we have been on so many different planets. Yeah? Planet Earth, you know, I mean, yes. Yeah? It's a long planet, you know, it has a long life. But other planets, you know, we have been there, you know, I mean, has a shorter life. Yeah? And we're in a different constellation. Yeah? So, what? Everything changes. Yeah? Our thoughts are changing. What we want is changing. I mean, that is changing very constantly. Now we want this, then we want that. You know, now we hope for this, and then we hope for that. Then we don't like this, and then we don't like that. But it changes. Yeah? So who? Yeah? Ask yourself. This you can do without a lot of concentration. Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I really? What do I want? What is it? Yeah? What did I want a year ago? What did I want 10 years ago? Yeah? Has it changed? How was my life, you know, with 5 years? Yeah? How was it when I was born? Yeah? How did I learn to walk? Was it a lot of fun? Yeah? And when we come to learning to walk and learning to talk, that is exactly the same thing, you know, as we have to do with meditation. Learning to walk is standing up and falling over. Yeah? And go back in your memories and see it, you know, I mean, how you crawled up, you know, and you tried to stand and you fell over. Yeah? And it's the same thing with meditation. We try to concentrate on the Buddha, or we try to concentrate on the breath, and the mind goes out. So, falling over. So we have to bring it back. And that's where we have to put the effort in. We don't have to push, you know. We don't have to push the, you know, the Buddha or our concentration on the breath, because that just brings up headaches. Yeah? No, we have to use the energy to bring it back. Yeah? Bring back the attention onto the object that we are observing. And as long as it is on the object, you know, we don't have to push anything. Right? A lot of people think, yeah. Especially when we come from the West, when we are educated in the West. We have to achieve something. No. In meditation, we don't have to achieve something. We have to know. We have to know what is going on in every millisecond. Yeah? We have to know how the breath is, yeah? At every second, every millisecond. Or we have to know how the Buddha is. This is what we have to. Yeah? We don't have to achieve that the breath becomes very calm. That comes by itself through observing. It's a byproduct of our meditation. The happiness or the calmness or whatever, yeah, or the joy that comes, yeah, is a byproduct of our meditation. It's a byproduct of our effort, you know, to pull the mind back from going out. And you will notice the more the mind goes out, the more less concentrated are, and the more more restless you become. Yeah? And the more restless we think even more, yeah, instead of bringing the mind back. Yeah? And the more we bring the mind back to one point, yeah, then, yeah, the calmer it becomes. Yeah? So it's not, to make something happening. It's to put our attention on something and observing it. And when the attention goes to another object, we bring it back. And that holds true also for investigation. Investigation always with one object, be it the body or be it part of the body or be it feeling. We concentrate on this feeling, and we don't deviate from this feeling. When our attention goes, somewhere else, we bring it back to that. For pain, it is very easy because, we normally don't like pain. So, it stays there, for quite a long time. So we can look at it, First of all, we have to accept it. How does it feel like? That's the first question Panya asks, Wisdom asks, we want to understand, We want to understand what is feeling, What is the feeling of pain? How does it feel like? Where is it located, Because, we have this body. If we think, it is located in the muscles, you have muscles since you're born, why are you only in pain when you sit in meditation? If the pain would be in the muscles, or in the tendons, or in the flesh, or in the bones, where is the pain actually? Look at it, find it, And the more we investigate pain, and the closer we come to the truth, then the pain disappears from one point and goes to another point. That's interesting. We were just in agonizing pain, but we didn't let go of our questioning. Where is the pain? Where is the pain? If it is in bones, I have bones since I'm born. I have flesh since I'm born. Where exactly is the pain? You concentrate on the pain. You can, in the beginning, you can do some. It's anicca. Is it changing? Yes, it is changing. You see, sometimes it gets stronger, sometimes it gets weaker. So. But then, suddenly, it's so excruciating, But in the next moment, it's somewhere else. In another place. Wow, that is magic, So, we follow the magic, and go to the other place, investigate it, Until we come, and see where the pain actually really comes from. And from then on, we do understand, We have to see it with our own inner eyes, before we can understand it. If we understand it with our head, this understanding is useless. A lot of people try to understand, they read all the suttas, they read all the commentaries of the suttas, and whatever, They understand everything perfectly fine, but they are still not liberated. Because they haven't seen the truth with their own eyes. And we have to see the truth with our own eyes, in order to get liberated. We have to understand the things that we are attached to. Even if we know we are attached to the body, it doesn't help us to get detached. So why am I attached to this body? I'm born into this body. I will, I'm in this. And the body will die, and then when the body dies, I'm looking for another body. We all have a car, or the motorcycle. I'm not the car, or I'm not the motorcycle. But we can drive it, just like we can drive the body. And that is one thing that you can realize when you enter samadhi. When you enter samadhi and the mind is completely still, the body doesn't move. Because nobody tells it to move. Because the chitta is contented, it doesn't want anything. And if it doesn't want anything, it doesn't move. It sits very straight. Sometimes you can feel it, if you enter samadhi very quickly, and you sit like this, it suddenly poops, and you're 100% concentrated. And then you go on, and if you have the ability, it's not that easy, you can go into appana samadhi, into deep state of samadhi where the whole universe disappears. And then when you come back out of this deep samadhi, or appana samadhi, when you come back, you don't know, I mean, the whole universe has disappeared, and then you come back, and you think, what is this, Huh? Who am I? Where am I? Huh? And it takes then memory and thought, to create your own identity. And then you see how all these things are just a delusion, just like the Lord Buddha said. Yeah? You create it, yeah? And you constantly create it. Yeah? I mean, just go a little bit through your life, yeah? I mean, the things, I mean, you've been a doctor and other being engineer, yeah? I mean, people, I mean, they accuse you of something and you defend your identity, yeah? But over the time, you change your identity, yeah? You think differently, huh? And you think, oh, how stupid was I 3 years ago? Why did I bother with it? Huh? And this identity you create is that what you believe you are. But this identity constantly changes. Huh? So what is it that you are? Yeah? You have to go down, go down to the root causes. Huh? And without the Mahdi, I mean, we are not able to see clearly. Yeah? With sati, with this awareness of what is going on, yeah? For instance, I mean, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And what kind of results do I expect from doing it? How many people do this in their life? Huh? How many, yeah? When I do something, yeah, why do I want to drink? Why do I need this, What is the result of doing this? Yeah? They just do it because some little voice in their ears tells them to do it. Yeah? It's just like, I don't like this. Yeah? Why don't you do it? Yeah? I mean, we have to fight these things. Yeah? We have to fight the kilesas who constantly tell us what we like, what we want, and what we don't want. Yeah? We have to investigate it, why our attachment to this body is so great, yeah? I mean, you learn to drive a car or motorcycle, I mean, how long does it take you? 3 months, maybe 6 months, and then you can drive it, you sit in the car, you drive it, yeah? I mean, how long did it take you to learn, to be able to drive this body? 16, 18 years. Huh? It's very complicated, complex, yeah? It's a complex biological robot, yeah? I mean, every movement, yeah? Think about it, when you see your nephews and nieces, when they come out of the womb, the first thing is, I mean, they move their fingers and they move their arms, I mean, it takes them a long time, I mean, to get this coordination. Huh? And next life, when you're born as a human being, you have to do it over and over again. It's so much fun, huh? Because we forget things, yeah? In the moment we die, we are probably born in another realm, and sooner or later we come back, and then we have to relearn everything. We have to relearn to talk, we have to relearn to walk, I mean, we have to relearn to think, yeah, to read and to write and all these things, yeah. We have to make a profession again, we have to earn money, or earn our livelihood. Maybe we don't have to earn money if we are a farmer, I mean, but we have to earn our livelihood. We have to work for this body, work and work and work, and at the end, we put all our effort in, maintaining this body, and at the end, this body dies. Huh? We have never, or we hardly put any effort in maintaining the owner of the body. It's just like you never, I mean, you put all the effort in the car, but never teach the driver how to drive carefully. Yeah? So it hits this, and then it hits that, you have to repair it, and then you have to repair that, yeah? Because the chitta is the driver of the body. Yeah? So we have to take care of the chitta. Not only, we have to take care of the body, but, it takes very little. And you will notice it here. If you stay here in the monastery for a while, yeah? I mean, how much do we have to... We get up in the morning and throw some water in our face, then we go and eat, for 10, 15 minutes. And that's it. And then we sweep the place, we clean our place, and it's another half an hour, yeah? And then we take a shower, it's another half an hour, and the rest is actually for meditation. Time for meditation. So little we have to take of the body, because other people support us, yeah? Support our work, yeah? Because they value, yeah? The people here in Thailand value, yeah? Our work, our spiritual work. That's why they give us the food. That's why they give us the place, yeah? That's why they give us clothes, yeah? We don't have to pay. When you come here, you don't have to pay anything. Yeah? The books are printed for free. The Dhamma talks are free. There's nothing you have to pay. And nobody asks you for donations. Please, please, can I have some donations? Nobody. Not in a forest monastery. Yeah? If people want to give, that's their problem. Yeah? I mean, I even, yeah, when people said, I remember when people said, why don't you put a donation box on your website? I said, no, I don't want it. It is, if people want to donate something, that is up to them. Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to point this, because I don't need the money. I need the people, who are willing to practice, who are willing, to go to the end of the path. Yeah? That's what I want. That's what, And I often say it in some of my talks. Yeah? I mean, if you really want to pay me, yeah, I mean, get there what I'm teaching. Yeah, get to Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahantship. That is how you pay me. Or get into Samadhi, yeah? Or find some wisdom. That's how you pay me. Yeah? Money. What money? What is this? The whole world drives on money, and power and things like that. That is not what I need. Yeah? I mean, I put all my effort, today there were two groups, two Thai groups, I mean, I had to give Dhamma talks to them. Yeah? It's free, yeah? But I want to give it to people who are interested in the Dhamma. I don't want to be a preacher. You have to do like this or you have to do like that. No. Yeah? And that is the way you pay me. Yeah, you pay me to get there. I get in samadhi and find some wisdom, yeah? Or get deepen your understanding, yeah, of the Dhamma. Yeah? That's how you pay me. Yeah? Okay, I think that is enough for today. I'm really tired. The whole day. Meeting all these groups. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you please go ahead and ask them. Any questions from the audience? No? Okay. Du kannst auf Deutsch fragen, wenn du Fragen hast. Ne? Are there some German questions? No. One on this.
Do that one first.
Yeah, do it first.
Nicht während der Meditationsübung, sondern später über den Tag. Es bedarf einiges an Selbstbeobachtung und Disziplin, damit sich diese Gedanken und Emotionen nicht ins Außen fortsetzen. Ich vermute, dass die Ashubha-Praxis den Geist tiefer ins Unbewusste eintauchen lässt und Kilesas freisetzen, die dort unten liegen. Obwohl es im Gegensatz zur reinen Atembeobachtung oder zum Herzgewahrsam kaum zur kompletten Absorbation, Nullzeit, führt. Mein Ansatz ist die möglichst umfassende Beobachtung der Gedanken und Emotionen im Alltag, um dieses negativen Erscheinungsmuster zeitnah abzufangen bzw. dessen gewahr zu sein. Wie lange wird dieses Phänomen des Negativen bestehen? Ist die Vermutung der tiefliegenden Kilesas richtig? Was kann ich tun, um dies möglichst schnell zu überwinden? Oder mache ich irgendetwas komplett falsch? CH hätte bitte eine Frage.
Was? CH? Was fragt er denn? die Annahme, dass je mehr wir praktizieren, ja, und je tiefer wir schauen in unsere Praxis, natürlich sehen wir da Kilesas, die wir normalerweise nicht sehen. Ja. Der erhabene Buddha hat uns als Mönche, wie viel? 10 Dudankas? Or what is it? 13. 13 Dudankas. 13 asketische Übungen ans Herz gelegt, die wir machen können, um gewisse Kilesas herauszuholen, herauszulocken. Und in dem Moment, wo wir sie herauslocken, sehen wir sie und können sie abschneiden. Das ist der ganze. Und bei der Samadhi, normalerweise bei Samadhi-Praxis, kommt ja nicht sehr viel hoch. Bei der Investigation, bei der Untersuchung, bei der Körperuntersuchung, da kommt sehr viel hoch. Da kommt sehr viel Ärger hoch. Was wir machen, was wir in der Meditation machen, ja, die Gedanken, ja, natürlich sollten wir in der Retrospektive, ja, wenn wir abends ich bin nicht mehr gut in Deutsch. I can't really think in German anymore. Die Selbstreflexion machen, was wir den ganzen Tag lang gemacht haben, sehen wir gewisse Gedankenmuster, sehen wir gewisse Erinnerungsmuster, ja, und die schauen wir uns an, ja, und lassen sie aber los. Ja. Das interessiert uns nicht. Wir wollen nicht intellektuell den Dingen auf den Grund gehen, sondern wir wollen sehen, was dahinter steckt. Und diese Reflexion, die wir tagtäglich machen, hilft uns zu verstehen, was kam denn eigentlich, bevor diese Gedanken hochkommen. Das ist das Wichtige. Nicht die Gedanken zu sehen, das ist auch wichtig, aber zu wissen, was vorher kam. Und deswegen die Selbstreflexion. Ja. Und je tiefer wir da gehen, umso mehr natürlich erkennen wir die Muster, wie die Kilesas uns in der Hand haben oder uns leiten. Ja. Und er macht im Grunde genommen nichts falsch, außer ich würde nicht so viel Emphasis auf welche Art von Gedanken oder welche Art von Erinnerungen hochkommen. Ich würde die Betonung darauf legen, was mache ich, und welche Resultate hat das und warum mache ich das? Also wenn ich morgens aufstehe, mit welchen Gedanken, welchen Gefühlen bin ich aufgestanden, was habe ich dann gemacht, welche Gefühle, Gedanken, Erinnerungen kamen hoch, was habe ich dann gemacht, welche Gefühle, Gedanken, Erinnerungen kamen hoch. Und wenn wir das wie in einem Film praktisch sehen, dann verstehen wir, welche Muster die Kilesas mit welchen Mustern die Kilesas uns leiten. Ja? Deutsch ist schwierig. Alles klar? Yeah, that's enough for this question. Yeah. I can, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, my own language, yeah. Much easier to explain it in English. Yeah.
You can translate.
What?
You can translate it back.
Yeah, we can translate it back.
So,
yeah.
Ajahn mentions the following minimum requirements as a stream enterer with reference to the body. A, the break with the identification with the body, and B, the need to understand the separation of the chitta from the body. Can the Ajahn clarify his views on the extent of attachment to the body for a Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami? As some Thai forest tradition Ajahns recommend total detachment from the body as a requirement for a stream enterer.
That's not true. I mean, he should read the 10th chapter of Life of Inequality where Lungta Mahabua, very clearly, states what is necessary for a stream enterer. Yeah. And I just reference this, yeah. It is seeing the body is not self. But that doesn't mean, you don't like your car anymore if you see the car is not you. Huh? You still love it, because it can you drive you here and there, and, whatever is in the car, the entertainment functions in the car, you still like it, yeah? And that is for the Sotapanna the same thing. But he understands the body and the chitta are two different things. Because he got out of the car, he was born in the car, he dies in the car, and then, of course, he assumed that he is the car. But then he got out of the car and said, okay, this is the car, this is the driver, yeah? But I still like the car, yeah? And that's why I'm a Sotapanna, yeah? I still can be reborn, 7 more lifetimes, yeah? Or if I'm Sakadagami, and the detachment to the body is cut in half, yeah? And the Anagami doesn't have any attachment to the body anymore. Yeah, it's for him. It's a tool. Yeah, he doesn't worry about the body. Yeah, the Sakadagami still worries about the body. He still likes, some of the functions. He's still attached to the body with half. Yeah, and that's why why his anger and greed are still there. But the Anagami doesn't have greed and anger anymore. So and greed and anger arises only within the body or in the functions of the body. Yeah. Yeah.
Is understanding the separation of chitta and the body, or loathsomeness, the only way, 2 ways to eradicate the self-view? For I have mainly focused my body investigations on the 4 elements and the body, what the body is made up of, and which I have no control over.
What? What is this? It looks like it's confused.
Wants to eradicate self-view, and is the only way a super and.
No, it's not the only way. People who are excellent, excellent in jhana and can see the elements, yeah, can get the same thing. But there's hardly any people who can do the jhanas. So, at the time of the Lord Buddha, yes, yeah, and some of the arahants here in Thailand, yeah, like Luang Por Tet, he was amazing, he was proficient in the jhanas, yeah. He could see even the mind moments, that come, yeah. He saw, that is, and then you can see it, then you can see the separation. But asupa, for most of us, yeah, it is the way to go, yeah. To separate ourselves from the body, and you don't really need to see the body as loathsome. I often talk about it. You don't really have to see it. It will come with the asupa investigation sooner or later that you see the body as not self. Yeah. But you also, with the asupa, you cut down on greed and hatred. Yeah? That is the important thing of the asupa practice. To see the body as not self is getting out of the body and looking at the body and seeing the body is the body and the chitta is the chitta. Yeah? Just like getting out of the car and seeing that the car is the car and the driver is the driver. So he doesn't confuse it. Yeah? The attachment to the body is still there. Yeah? The attachment to the car is still there. Yeah? Until somebody investigates the car, over and over, opens the mouth, sees all the dirt, and says, well, why? Yeah, without the car, I'm very comfortable. I don't need a car. Yeah, this attachment to the car brings all these worries, all this, all this effort, that I have to maintain the car. Yeah, why? What does it bring me? That is the investigation, the asupa investigation into the body. Yeah? So the investigation of asupa practice, reduces greed and hate. Yeah, and of course, at the same time brings about a lot of anger and also also lust. Yeah. Yeah. Next.
The next 2, I think you've answered.
Yeah, I answered as well. Okay, good.
So in his book, Amata Dhamma. Ajahn Mahabua refers to the perpetual continuity of the chitta, or chitta never dies. Can the Ajahn share his views on this? How is it different from the Hindu view of a permanent soul?
Didn't he ask that last time as well? Atama.
I asked it at breakfast one time.
What?
I asked something similar at breakfast.
It was in the book, actually, the new book. Someone
Yeah, we just make the book, and that was the question in the new book, yeah. It's not yet printed, yeah. Okay. Lungta Mahabua calls the chitta the everlasting tourist, yeah. Because it just goes from one realm to the next realm to the next realm to the next realm. But nobody sees, that Lungta Mahabua differentiates and says there are two kinds of chitta. There's the defiled chitta, that is the everlasting tourist that goes from one realm to the next, and without stopping until he finds a way out. And that is the purified chitta, and the purified chitta, yeah, is that, that goes into eternity, is the chitta of the Arahant. Yeah. So, what we do on the path, on the fourth noble truth, is to purify the chitta. Remove all the kilesas. Once the kilesas are removed, there's nothing that holds us in this universe. Yeah? So, but the chitta doesn't go anywhere. Yeah? So, these things, need to be made clear. Yeah? I'm not sure if the translation of what Lungta said, in Amata Dhamma was completely correct. Yeah. So, normally when you listen to his talks, that's what he makes it different. Yeah? The conventional chitta and the chitta, the liberated chitta. Yeah? And the conventional chitta, yes, goes from one realm to the next. Yeah? Everlasting tourist. Yeah? But the moment we get the defilements from the chitta, yeah, the chitta goes into Nibbana. Yeah? Just like, it doesn't disappear. It becomes one with Nibbana or one with eternity. Yeah?
Can we send merit to our parents? How will it help them? How to earn and send good merit?
The moment you do something good, yeah, you earn merit, and you can share the merit with your parents. And your parents can always receive it. Yeah? What is it? You can do money transfers. What is it? What?
Money transfer.
Yeah, the money transfer. There was a. Huh?
Swift.
No, not Swift. Yeah, yeah. You earn some money and you can share it with anybody that you like. Yeah. And you earn some merit and you can share it with anybody you like. But with merit, it's a little bit different. Yeah. If they don't have a connection to you, yeah. If you haven't met them in previous lives, but if you have been brothers and sisters or father and son, then you can, the more you can share the merit with. Yeah? So if it is your father, if your parents, 100% of your merit goes to your parents. Yeah? If it's your sisters, maybe it's only 50% or maybe 80%, or brother. Yeah. If it's a friend, it can be. Yeah, that depends on the connection that we have, yeah, in this life or in previous lives. Yeah. So you just picture them. I normally say, if you want to send some merit, yeah, do some good, give some money, yeah, to any good cause, yeah, and the moment you give the money, send, may that person, you picture the person, may that person receive the merit of this good deed. That's it.
They're asking, how will it help them?
How will it help them? How? If I see a person, who is in need of clothes, and I give them clothes, how will it help them? Yeah, money is universal. Yeah, If they are in heaven, and they want to build a mansion and they don't have enough merit, you send them the merit and they can finish their mansion, yeah? Or, at least work on the mansion, yeah? If they're in hell, they cannot receive the merit. But if they are in the ghost realm, then they normally can receive already the merit, and it helps them in this situation, yeah? It's like, it helps people, if they have money in this world, yeah? And merit is for the other realms, yeah? Except for the hell realm, because that's where you just have to suffer through, yeah? And there's no merit that can help them.
May I ask a question?
Yeah?
All this about sending the merit, right?
Yeah?
So when we do something good,
Yeah?
we do it because we want to do it good.
Yeah?
At the same time, you won't be like thinking about, I want to share this merit, share this merit. You just do the good. So when do you share the merit?
Oh, you can do it later on, you.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
thought you would say, when you do something good, you want
Yeah, I mean, this is for some people who, there's a person who came here, her mother died, and she wanted to do some merit for her mother, and said, yeah.
But in general,
In general, yeah. I mean, we practice, and I have a really tough practice, for 3 hours we're sitting and investigating pain, and it is very painful, It is merit, yeah. And we can then, later on, after we come out of meditation, we can share the merit with everybody, yeah. We don't have to dedicate it before we do something, yeah. We do good, What I normally do is, to share the merit of my practice with all the people, yeah.
sometimes I think that when you do something good, everything is like automatic anyway. People
No,
share.
it's not automatic. Huh? Huh? You really have to make that effort, yeah. Just like you earn money, you have to make the effort to give it to somebody, yeah. But you can first earn $1 million, and then decide, okay, I don't actually need it. Let me give it to other people, yeah. And giving merit away is also merit, yeah. Doing good, yeah. So, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but then, like you were saying before, like doing good, there's like 3 different types.
Yeah, there's 3 different types of good.
Wanting any result, just do it because you feel happy to do it.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah, that is the middle way. Yeah. The first way is we do good because we want to receive good. Yeah. That is the lowest way. Yeah. Then the middle way is we just feel happy to do good. Yeah. And the highest form of giving is to give without knowing that you give. You have no interest, yeah? Huh? I mean, you neither like it or you do it because you like it, you just give, yeah? So.
It's 2 more. I reach a stage in meditation which feels simultaneously blissful, like a lightening and gradual fading of the body, but I still hear a rapid heart rate and a fear of death arises. The breath becomes increasingly prominent compared to previously. I try to return to the Buddha, but am having trouble getting past the fear and noticing the rapid heartbeat. Do I just focus on the Buddha and don't care about the fear?
Yes, that will be difficult. I mean, normally when we enter either upachara, and it's even worse when apana samadhi. I mean, this fear of death can come up, yeah, and that's why he feels the heart racing, yeah. But I don't know if it is upachara or apana samadhi. Yeah? I mean, you have to tell yourself before you start practicing. Huh? I mean. For me it was easy because I was just interested in what is happening, and then you automatically go there, yeah. But then later on, I mean, you have to overcome this fear of death and say, okay, yeah, whatever can disappear, let it disappear, and I will be focused on that what stays, yeah. because there's always something that is staying. So he has to deal, before he goes into meditation, with this fear and said, okay, yeah, and just stay on and be interested, I mean, even what most people do, I mean, when it gets light, I mean, when we are close to entering Upachara Samadhi, then the meditation becomes really light because there are not so much distracting thoughts or memories coming up. So that instead of, staying with a Buddha, then they stay more with their feelings, and then it disappears slowly, and they want to come back, and then it is a forth and back, yeah. But what he says about, yes, the breath becomes very dominant. He doesn't feel it anymore, yeah. So it might be it might be the closer to Appana Samadhi, yeah. Just know, I mean, just know the breath, yeah. And be interested in what is happening at each moment, yeah. And when the breath stops, and then jump, yeah. And that is a little bit more difficult. Then jump into the knowingness that knows that the breath has stopped, yeah. And that's how you get one-pointed. You have to find your own way, It is like you're 20 meters above a sea, or lake, and you're afraid to jump, Just jump and see what is happening. Yeah? What? Next, last.
Thank you for teaching us metta meditation. Your rendition is the best one that I have ever come across. I was wondering if it works the same for wisdom. Can we recite Panya, Panya, Panya?
Oh, that would be nice. I mean, why do I have to do all this hard work, I mean, to develop wisdom, to investigate this, investigate that, yeah? If I just sit there, wisdom, 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 let it come to me. In German, there's a saying: you don't eat wisdom with a spoon, yeah. Die Weisheit wird nicht mit dem Löffel gefressen, yeah. No, would be nice, but that is not. No, but metta is okay, yeah. I mean, when I was in the West, and all these teachers, everybody teaches metta, 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 yeah. And I said, there's something wrong with this kind of metta. That is just imagination, It's a warm ball that grows over the. Yeah, no. I mean, the metta. Yeah, I mean, if you can go into Upachara Samadhi, I mean, there's all the metta there. So you don't have to create anything. Yeah, you just invite the beings, to take part in the metta of your heart. Yeah? And they will come by themselves, especially the devas. Yeah? When I was staying in a cave, I was doing, I was sharing the metta with the devas in the cave, and then I said, okay, now I have to go. Now I have to go do some walking meditation, and the devas complain, oh, that was too little. Yeah? You have to do more. I said, I have to do some work to do. Yeah. So they come, and then they show you they show you, I mean, if you don't know where actually the metta is located, yeah, they show you the path to your heart, where the metta is, yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to create anything. That's what I said, I mean, we are from the West, we need to create things. Yeah? No, we need to observe and understand. Huh? As I said, wisdom arises through observing. Yeah? And the closer we observe, I mean, the better we understand. And the less distracted we are with our observing, the deeper we understand. Yeah? I mean, think about all these inventions, Think about Newton, who defined the law of gravity. He didn't think about it. He observed, what is happening there? And then he observed again, until he understood and could formulate the law of gravity. It's the same with Einstein, yeah? I mean, all these great minds, They didn't think about it, let me get a solution. But nowadays our engineers or scientists, they just reproduce, common knowledge, and try to find something else. They don't look anymore, they don't observe anymore, most of them. At least that's my experience. So, if there are no more questions, okay, then go back to practice. Yes, you have one? Ja.
Wenn ich weniger Güte übe, dann merke ich bei mir, dass ich schneller gereizt bin oder schneller empfindlicher bin. Was wird das ausgelöst?
Was?
Wenn ich weniger Güte übe, regelmäßig, also nur Samadhi praktiziere,
ja.
merke ich, dass ich öfters
ja, wie übst du die Güte? Du musst doch erstmal in Samadhi kommen, damit du überhaupt, dass das ein bisschen klar ist. Ja, es ist schon klar. Es wärmt das Herz, ne? Wenn du die Güte mit anderen Wesen teilst. Das wärmt das Herz und das macht gewisse Freude, ne? Und dann siehst du die Dinge einfacher. Das weißt du doch von deinem Tag, ne? Du stehst mit dem rechten Fuß falsch auf, ne? Und dann ist der ganze Tag scheiße. Wenn du mit dem falschen Fuß aus dem Bett gehst. Und wenn du mit dem richtigen Fuß aus dem Bett, ja, dann interessieren dich die anderen Dinge, die Leute, dieselben Sachen machen, juckt dich nicht. Aber wenn du mit dem falschen Fuß aus dem Bett gehst, juckt's dich. Ja, dann, wenn du das merkst, dann machst du halt ein bisschen mehr. Ne? Aber ich würde es halt nach dem Samadhi machen. Zuerst mal das Herz ruhig stellen, ne? und dann für 5 Minuten, ne, das Metta in deinem Herzen mit den anderen teilen. Ja? Kannst du jetzt jedes Mal machen. Ne? Und vor allem mit einer Frau. Und die soll dasselbe machen. Ne? Und dann auch sagen mit deinen Kollegen. Ja. Nein, das Metta, das interessiert nicht, ob das ein Verbrecher ist oder ob das ein Heiliger ist. Wenn es das wirkliche Metta ist. Wenn es die wirkliche liebende Güte ist. Du sagst mir, mögest du teilhaben. Und es hat Auswirkungen. Auch auf die andere Person. Okay? Well, okay, any more questions? No? No more questions? Then let's go back. I'm really tired today. Yeah, Adeline? Yeah? Olivia, did you understand? Otherwise, Adeline translate. John?
Yes.
Where were you?
I'm sorry, I'm confused in the 24-hour clock, I'm sorry.
You were confused?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
How is it confused when I say we meet at 7 p.m. for chanting and afterwards is a talk?
I came like an hour later after the chanting. I'm sorry.
The 24-hour and the 12-hour clock, he said he changed it by accident on the alarm clock.
7. Then change it to 24-hour clock, yeah? I mean, I don't give a talk very often, yeah? I mean, maybe 2 or 3 times, a month, yeah? So it's very valuable, also if you have questions, yeah? So make sure that the next talk you stay